The Jump Force roster has been one surrounded with controversy, quite frankly. There were a lot of people really upset about the Jump Force base roster, and I never really understood the outrage. A lot of the disappointment from the Jump Force roster came from our own speculation, where we thought we were going to get far more than what we actually got. But really, when you look back at it, they didn't really try to mislead you. The Jump Force roster never looked like it was going to be much more than 40, and considering the limitation of 16 characters, I think they did a pretty good job at picking the playable characters. But there are things that I would change about this 40 character roster, and I thought it would be fun if I went through the roster and changed out some of the characters that I don't think necessarily should have made the cut over some other characters, which we're going to talk about in this video. Also, since the launch of the game, they have officially confirmed the 9 DLC characters, so we can actually talk about those as well. Now, I will mention a couple limitations of this list. We're not going to be adding new series to the roster, so I can't just take out, I don't know, Kakashi and add in Suna. I can't do that because we're not going to add new series onto this roster because that's unfair, because it would have been a lot of extra work for them to get a new series into the game because of licenses and all that good stuff. In all honesty, the roster would have been more satisfactory to the fans if it wasn't for the story mode of the game, which had to facilitate villains. So we're going to go over the full roster, and as we go, I'm going to tell you who I would cut. Now, the objective of this fan-made roster is to make the roster a bit more exciting for fans of the series, but also I will be mixing in my own personal bias because it's my damn list and I'll do what I want. Starting off with series that only got one representative: Boruto, Black Clover, Dragon Quest, Fist of the North Star, and City Hunter. Obviously, we're not cutting any of these guys because they're all the main characters of their own franchise, so the only way we could cut any of these characters is to remove the series entirely, and I think the only character I would be willing to do that for is maybe Ryo, but I don't think so. I think he should still be in here. Yugi Muto and Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! We're not cutting either of them because they're awesome. Saint Seiya, we got Seiya and Shiryu. I gotta be honest, I almost cut Shiryu for this video, but I just didn't have the heart to do it. Even as someone who didn't grow up on the series, or I'm not necessarily a fan of it today, I have to say I really like Shiryu's design, and I think he's different enough from Seiya to justify the slot. And even though I think I personally would have preferred a different character, I'm happy to see that the Saint Seiya fans got a second representative. Yu Yu Hakusho got Yusuke and Toguro, and we're gonna see our first cut of the video. We're gonna cut Toguro. Now, I know, Yu Yu Hakusho fans, this is not even the character you wanted, but you're upset at me right now. And don't worry, I think I have a remedy for you later on in this video, but for now, we're cutting Toguro. Rurouni Kenshin got Kenshin and Shishio. Personally, I don't think you need Shishio in this game. Now, obviously, story mode implications, you need more villains in the game, you gotta have Shishio, not only because of story mode, but because of mission mode. You need to put villains in front of the characters, and Shishio is just one of the villains you throw in front of the character. I'm not really gonna consider story mode implication stuff for this video because it gets a lot more complicated, so for that reason, Shishio's gotta go. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we got Jotaro and Dio. These two characters are perfect, and the game would have been notably lacking without them. Very happy to see that they both made the roster. My Hero Academia got Deku, Bakugo, and All Might. Deku and Bakugo felt like musts for this game. All Might, I like All Might as a character, but I don't really need him in Jump Force. So I'm gonna cut All Might. I think I would have preferred a lot of My Hero Academia characters, and I'm already happy with the amount of big characters we have in the game, so I don't think All Might was ever necessary. But obviously, in saying that, I know why Bandai picked him. He's a pretty big mascot to the series, and he will sell copies of the game, and he will certainly sell DLC as well. Hunter x Hunter got Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Hisoka, and Biscuit. If you're a Hunter x Hunter fan, you cannot complain. I didn't see Hunter x Hunter getting 5 characters. Honestly, 4 is a little bit surprising, but a 5th character in DLC, and Biscuit of all people? I don't know, I think you have to be pretty happy with the Hunter x Hunter roster, and I wouldn't change a thing. I know a lot of people out there really wanted to see Meruem, and they wanted to see Chrollo, but hey, you got 5 characters from Hunter x Hunter. I wouldn't swap out anyone here. I think there's a large variety of different aesthetics you got from the Hunter x Hunter world, and I think it's very well represented. Bleach, again, another one you can't complain about. You got Ichigo, Rukia, Renji, Aizen, Hitsugaya, Grimmjow. But I will be cutting a Bleach character, and that's Renji. Even among Bleach fans. I didn't see anyone particularly excited about Renji's inclusion in this game. Now I say that, but of course every anime character has its die-hard fans. I guarantee you there's a huge group of people on the internet who will swear by Konohamaru being their favorite anime character of all time. That's just the way it is. Some people are really drawn to certain types of characters, so I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there who are huge Renji fans. But for me, I can't really connect with his design, and I didn't see a lot of Bleach fans being happy about him being added to the game the same way that I saw people being happy when Hitsugaya and Grimmjow were leaked, and they haven't even been officially shown to us yet. And I saw way more happiness about that than I saw about Renji. Renji just came out of nowhere, and I'm sure Renji fans are like super happy, but I think we can do better with this slot. One Piece got Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Sabo, Boa, Blackbeard, and Law. I wouldn't change anything here. I think this represents the One Piece world pretty well. You got big characters like Blackbeard. You've got main crew members like Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy. Personally, I would have preferred Ace over Sabo, but I understand why they went with Sabo. Dragon Ball Z, we got Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. Again, this is another one you really can't complain about. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you pretty much got everyone you would expect to get in this type of game. Now, I could see an argument for getting rid of Majin Buu and asking for Kid Buu, but I'm not going to go to bat for that in this video. I'm happy with Majin Buu being in the game, and it doesn't sting me too much, even though I do like Kid Buu quite a bit. The Naruto series, of course, got Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Gaara, Kaguya, and Madara. And I know everyone's about to praise me, because I'm going to cut Kaguya. But you're all about to hate me just 1 second later because I'm also going to cut Kakashi. I know if Papa Birdo is watching this video, he's definitely not happy with me right now. He likes Kakashi a lot, and I know there's a lot of people in this community who like Kakashi, but considering what the rest of the characters are on this roster, I think some other characters are slightly more deserving, even though he was, of course, Team 7's sensei. I mean, if you're not going to have the full Team 7, it just doesn't feel like you really need the sensei, at least in my opinion. You'll see where we're going. Let's show you who we replace these characters with. So we cut 6 slots. That was Toguro, Shishio, All Might, Renji, Kakashi, Kaguya. First of all, we have to fill in the slot that we got from Shishio, and that's going to be Yuno from Black Clover. I'm pretty disappointed a second Black Clover representative didn't make it into the game, and personally I would have preferred Noel, but either character I would have been very happy to see, and unfortunately it looks like some of these villain characters probably took a slot, and I think Rurouni Kenshin would have been fine with just one representative. Yu Yu Hakusho, we cut Toguro, and we're going to be adding in Hiei. Hiei is incredibly deserving, and I think for the most part, everybody, with obviously slight exceptions, because like I said, if you find a character, I guarantee you'll find someone who thinks that that's the best anime character of all time. It's just the way it is, so I'm sure there's people out there who will go to bat for Toguro, but I do think Hiei would have been a much more popular choice. Again, I'm not dumb. I know why Bandai selected Toguro. You need villains. You need to throw bad guys in front of characters, and that's probably why Hiei didn't make the cut, but in my ideal world, I think Hiei would have been a much better choice over Toguro. The slot we took away from Renji in this video is now going to be reserved for Giorno. Giorno is a really cool JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character, and it's kind of disappointing we didn't get any JoJo's reps past Jotaro and Dio. With that said, I think Jotaro and Dio are perfect representations of the series, but something outside of Part 3 I think would have been really nice to see, and Giorno would have been my first pick for a non-Part 3 character. The slot that we got from All Might is now going to be taken up by Shoto Todoroki. Now, personally, I would prefer Uraraka, but I know a lot of people out there would have much preferred Shoto Todoroki. Fair enough, we'll put Shoto Todoroki in here. And our last 2 characters that we cut, Kakashi and Kaguya, I'm going to replace with Pain and Hinata. Now, if it wasn't for the story mode in the game, I think Pain would have been a better pick. Pain has a ton of potential as far as a moveset is concerned. Same thing can be said for Hinata. Also, I think aesthetically, Hinata works a little bit better for the game than Kakashi anyway. I think what they were going for with Kakashi is that, oh look, you've got the whole Team 7, right? You got Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi, but missing one notable member, that's Sakura. And there's no way I can get Sakura onto this roster without cutting Gaara, and I really like Gaara, so I'm going to put Hinata in there instead of Kakashi. And instead of going for the Team 7 synergy, we're going to go for the husband and wife synergy with Hinata and Naruto. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually go for this. But hey, Hinata doesn't have any clothing options in the game. Maybe she'll be a Season 2 DLC character or something like that. Who knows? Please keep in mind that even though I was incredibly fair in this video, as in I didn't go over the 40 character or 49 character limit, development doesn't really work like this. Just because I cut a character like Toguro doesn't necessarily mean they could have done a character like Hiei. For all we know, Hiei would have taken more development time because he required more visual effects, maybe even awakening, something like that. All of these things are really difficult to calculate. No character is equal to another character. A character like Seto Kaiba probably takes way more development time than, say, a character like, I don't know, Boruto. No, Boruto probably took quite a bit of development time because he's got weird stuff going on. But anyway, the point is, this stuff isn't exactly one-to-one, but I tried to be as fair as possible. That's gonna be it for me, though. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you subscribing to keep up to date with content like this. This is all just opinions, it's all just for fun. With that in mind, my name is Bilbzy, and I'll see you in the next video.